It's not very different to communicating any product. I think probably very importantly, communicate a certain tone and mood.
And a new one, which we're running, this dear old lady is feeling the pinch. It is, in fact, a dramatic presentation of how pensioners have really been squeezed.
Saatchi's spoof Labour manifesto is now proudly displayed in Conservative Central Office. It invites voters to sign away the benefits they've enjoyed under a Conservative government, and it's given the press the sniff of a dirty tricks campaign. That won it a place on the front page the day before its official launch. Saatchi itself is keeping the shutters firmly down and refusing to comment on the sort of tactics they hope will bring the success they won in 1979. Ron Lagus was their managing director during the last campaign.
It's not very different to communicating any product. You first of all have to clearly identify the target audience, then identify which of the issues from your manifesto which are the most relevant to that target audience. And then, I think probably very importantly, communicate a certain tone and mood through your method of communication.
What sort of tactics do you think Saatchi and Saatchi should adopt this time round?
I think it's rather different from last time round in that as a party in government, to some extent they can only sell more of the same. And I think it's reminding people about the vision of the future, which the party clearly has, so as to divert the criticism away from the negatives of whilst they've been in office.
Labour, though they've much less money to spend than the Conservatives, have had a full-time professional agency for the first time. This afternoon, their education spokesman, Neil Kinnock, was being tidied up in the editing suite for an election broadcast going out tomorrow night. The man who runs the agency is himself a Labour Party member. He hopes to build on the ads Labour used for the local elections.
Carrying that campaign through, in fact, you may have seen in the papers on Monday, here's that ad actually running, this is in The Guardian, really very powerfully as a full page. And this is the sort of approach we're carrying on with. That's obviously on jobs. We've got another one on jobs. We've got one on education, which is around one of the health services, and a new one, which we're running. This dear old lady is feeling the pinch. May seem a trivial way of presenting it, but what it is, in fact, is a dramatic presentation of how pensioners have really been squeezed under the last 4 years of Tory government, and the headline here reflects that. Is, are you going to give pensions a further four years squeeze, or words to that effect? So that should be running in the next week or so.
The Alliance are using the agency that produced the SDP's only party political broadcast so far, Golden Greenlee's Trot. But they've got even less money than Labour, and they won't be using many posters. Instead, they'll be dressing up their battle wagons and using lorries as mobile billboards.